Good morning, America. Hey, y'all. So, of course, I'm doing a continuation video from TikTok, and the topic on there was living two lives in one lifetime. So, I asked my TikTokers, of course, have they ever lived two different lives in one lifetime? And so, I'll let you all know what that means as well. So, living two lives in one lifetime means, have you ever just went through something drastic in your life to where you lived one way for the majority of your life and you went through something and now you live completely different? So a good example of someone who was on drugs for a long time and then they seek sobriety. How did their body take the sober life? How was that withdrawal process? How do you live life now not using drugs every day? Or for a diabetic patient who was managing it well, it was always a part of you in your before life, but now it has grown so bad to where your leg is now needing to be amputated. So if you get your leg amputated, how is your life now? So you're living with one leg. Living two lives in one lifetime. So this is my personal story. The two lives that I've lived in one lifetime was my obese life and my fit life. Living as an obese person, I didn't like myself, so I just automatically thought that nobody else would like me. Aside from that, it's how I was treated. There's fat, there's chunky, there's chubby. I was huge. I was obese. My highest weight was 600 pounds. And I'm not that tall. I'm not like super tall. So I was just very short and very, big. And people looked at me like I was a monster. And some people treated me like I was a monster. And nobody, talked to me. Or if I was being talked to, I was, bullied or looked at really like nasty, and scary. There were definitely some people who were, nice to me. I wasn't receptive really of anything positive because, again, I did not like myself. And even when it came to dating, I didn't even try because who would like me? I'm big and I'm gross. I had no confidence. So just like growing up obese, being bullied, feeling gross and just not having that confidence, not having, no friends, or just honestly not having much mobility to do what, I see other young people do. It affects you. It affects you from top to bottom, mentally, physically, emotionally. I was broken. I was just broken. And I know people live with obesity and they are just the most confident and the most sassy and you can't tell them nothing. That was not me. That was not me. I'll be the first to tell you that I was just a fat kid in the corner who didn't have an opinion about anything. I always been a good adult. I've always been a good daughter. I've always been a good sister. I've always done what I was supposed to do. I'm always going to read my books. I'm always going to go to school. I'm always going to go to work on time. I'm going to be there early. I've always been a structured person. But that's it. I've never done anything fun or spontaneous in my life. I've always just shied away, because I don't like me. When I was obese, I didn't like me. So I couldn't fathom who would like me. Okay? So now since I've lost weight, all of a sudden people, they want to talk to me. They want to hold the door for me. Guys, they want to, try to flirt with me. And it's just so different. And I'm having hard times coping with some of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. Because even if, a big girl wasn't your thing, you could at least still been nice to me. I wasn't asking you to date me. I probably would have been scared and shied away and said no anyway. but you could at least been nice to me. And now, like I said, everybody want to hold the door, and everybody just want to. I'm like, where was this at when I was bigger? So these are just two different lives that I've got to live. A life as an obese person was different. People did not treat me this way. And I can tell you that they did not treat me this way. And I'm sure it'll probably be the same as like a homeless person. If someone is homeless, so therefore they may be a little bit, filthy or smelly. And then they come up on some money, or they win the lottery, and all of a sudden they have the cars, the clothes, and whatever, and all of a sudden friends come out of nowhere. Everybody just want to gather around them. They'll be like, well, who are you and where did you come from? Because when I was at my lowest, you weren't here. And that's exactly how I felt. A lot of the people who I associated when I was big, yeah, I don't talk to them now. I have one friend who I love dearly, who was there with me before and there now. And it just goes to show the crossover of lives, and they typically don't make it. When I spoke on, the drug addict situation or the alcoholic, you have drug addict friends, you have alcoholic friends. So therefore, if you're trying to live a sober life, yeah, those people, they can't come with you. So when I was obese, and those people who I bonded with over food, yeah, they can't come with me. Shall I want to live a healthier, fit life? Our hobbies aren't the same. Our conversations are no longer the same. So we're going to naturally just fall apart. And I don't feel bad about losing those, what I thought was friendships. Because me being 600 pounds, a friend would have told me, honey, what are you doing? You're killing yourself. And the one friend that made it, Miss Ebeneisha Didell, love you, she told me exactly that. Like, what are you doing? You need to get your life together. This surgery could save your life. What's going on here? She told me that, and she rode me bad still to this day if she see I fall off. That's who I need. That's who made it. That's my friend. So I definitely lived two different lives in this one lifetime. And I'm happy to say that I did. I'm happy to say that I was obese first. I'm happy to say that I've lived that life, because I appreciate this one so much more. It does mess with me mentally a lot because of how I was treated, when I was big. So it just makes me think that, shall I become big again? Or shall I put on weight again? Can I anticipate being bullied again? Is that something that I will know will happen to me? Because it happened to me before. So it's different. And I like this lifestyle. I am a lot more confident. I think I'm pretty now. And I won't lie. A lot of people told me that I was a pretty big girl. I've never been told I was ugly, even from when I was big to now. But I didn't believe it. But now I do. Now I think I'm kind of cute, and I think I'm kind of adorable. And I have confidence, and it ain't nothing that you can tell me. It ain't nothing that I can't achieve. It ain't nothing that I can't do. Versus I felt like I had every barrier holding me back when I was bigger. And I was my biggest barrier. I was holding myself back. I had so much self-doubt. I didn't have any confidence. I can't go back. Being obese gives me PTSD. I can't do it, and I won't. I'm very grateful that God let me live that life first. Because I'm telling you, I won't do that to myself. But if I didn't live that life, then there would be a possibility of me venturing back off, or not knowing what it would be like. Oh, I know what it's like, and I'm not doing it again. So I would never trade my obese life for the world. I've lived so much, I've learned so much, and I'm receptive to the lesson that I've learned. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Because now all the things that I've learned, I can teach people, and I can educate people on what it really is. whether you really want to lose weight, how is it going to affect you mentally and psychologically? Because it's going to take a toll on you. When you're working hard and you don't see that scale move, it's going to break you. But don't let it break you, because you're building muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. You got to think about it a little bit deeper than what the scale says. It's something that I've learned. It's the learning process from your before and your after. You're going to have to go through withdrawals. It's going to be tears. And I'm a recovering food addict. And all people always associate addiction with, drugs, alcohol. They're addicted to, shopping or food. Food was mine. And there is no addiction better than the other. If you depend on a substance for happiness, joy, fulfillment, addict. If you can't say no to something, addict. And I was. And I'm in recovery every single day. I've definitely lived 2 lives in this one lifetime. And I'm happy to say that I have. I've learned so much. And we may, dip and dab. For me, with me being a recovering food addict, it's like I can't just quit cold turkey like somebody can quit alcohol, somebody can quit drugs, somebody can just... I need food to live. So it's just not something I can be like, oh, I'm done. I'm never going to be around it again. I seen what it did to me. I'm not doing it. Boom. I can't. We need food to live. So my addiction is a little bit more trickier. So that's when it comes in psychologically for me. But it shows how strong I am. And I can do it. I can do it. I can do all things through the grace of God. All things possible through the grace of God. God has shown me that he got me. And whatever happens to me, it's just supposed to happen. And I'm strong enough to get on through it. And I'm going to get on through it. As long as you got breath in your body, it's all that you need. It's all that you need. New day, new opportunity, new hopes, new dreams. Let's go. And I did not have this mentality when I was bigger. I was living day to day. I was like, if I'm eating that breakfast, I'm thinking, ooh, what I'm gonna eat for lunch? What I'm gonna eat for dinner? What we snacking on? I thought food. One thing I can tell you is that I always worked and I always got money. So I went to work and I ate and I slept. That's it. That's what my life consists of. Wasn't living at all. Didn't do anything at all. And I'm so involved in different things now that I'm so proud about. My life's so different. And I'm not slowing down. I was slowed down in my before life. I ain't slowing down ever again. Ever. Because I know what that feels like. I like moving fast. Let's go. I rest when I want to. Then I didn't even have an option because I couldn't really move. We're not doing that ever. I've learned so much. I've definitely lived 2 lives in this one lifetime. I've seen so much change drastically. And I was receptive to the change. Like, let's go. Because how I'm living, yeah, it isn't working for me. It isn't bringing me any happiness or any sort of fulfillment. Why not change? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to end the video right here. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias. I'm going to put it down in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.